how do I move on from here? Because it was clear for me that I will approach my life as a musician. My name is Mario Parizek. I am an Austrian percussive fingerstyle guitar player. And I approached my career as a musician mainly through street music. So all the 90% of the life experience I have, I gained through my street performances all around Europe. I spent a lot of time in Vienna, playing in the subway stations of Vienna, and I did this approximately 3 years until the pandemic hit, and then it became less in the subway stations, and after that I felt like, okay, I don't want to be underground anymore, because we have all been at home quite a lot and it's time to travel again. And so I finally took the opportunity and started van lifing a bit, and made my way down to Portugal, and where I'm still at the moment, and I will continue my life here. I learned to play the guitar by myself and started with the age of approximately 17, 18. I started to do the percussive thing. Because my metal band split up, and so I was and I started another project as a teenager with the guitar trio and everything, with guitar trio, but we also split again, and then I was tired of putting a lot of effort in and composing, practicing together, finding time to rehearse together. And after we split, it was again in a way like, okay, now I again start from the beginning. How do I move on from here? Because it was clear for me that I will approach my life as a musician. And from that point on, I started to compose my own music, where I always knew, okay, will always be mine, whatever happens, and I don't have to justify anything if I use it, which I never had anyway, in case my old bandmates are watching. but, but, yeah, so this was the reason why I started to compose, because I wanted to be independent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So how long have you been playing then?
Acoustic guitars. So now I'm 33. That means I am since 15 years a percussive guitar player. And basically I was inspired by Canadian label Candy Red Records, which was just an amazing input for me at the moment, because I had no idea that these things are even possible on the guitar. Although I must say, my very first influence that made me buy an acoustic guitar was a Japanese guitar player called Miyabi. He's an absolute master of slapping the acoustic guitar, and I remember sitting in the back of my cousin's car, listening to the very first time this intro of Selfish Love. It's what the track was called, and this guy is just slapping the acoustic guitar like crazy. I was like, what? That's an acoustic guitar? I didn't even know that's possible. And the sound and everything was amazing. And yeah, it was a really important moment in my path as a musician.
Mm.
It changed everything.
So, did you learn about SGI through Candy Rat? What was your introduction to SGI?
My introduction to SGI was at the NAM in 24 because I was playing at the showcase stages at NAM, and a good friend of mine told me, "Hey, you have to check out the SGI instruments," because he thought like that would be a good fit for me. And yeah, in the end, I ended up playing in the booth of Stonebridge of SGI for 30 minutes. And it was the guitar that I played the most. And yeah, it's a lot of things started to make sense for me because I always tried to reach the sound that all these great players are having, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And some of my influences are also playing SGI instruments. And when hitting the first notes, I started to notice, okay, it's not just the player, it's also the guitar that gives that special vibe on it.
Yes, we like to kind of say our guitars are built to bring out your best potential because the sound is there. It makes you want to play and it brings out everything you're capable of. The guitar is built for that type of artist, someone like you. So I'm really happy that you had that experience and you could hear that right away.
Yeah, absolutely. And to my surprise, 6 months later, we got introduced to each other and it worked out. And which is, it's so crazy that this actually happened to be that way because at this point at NAM, when I tried it the first time, I never thought of working with you guys.
Hmm.
That this would at one day be even possible.
So tell us about that experience and why you needed a new guitar and um,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was.
Great story.
um, yeah, it was a pretty exciting and exhausting summer that I had because after I played a show with an orchestra in Finland. My piece is that's called Fingerpick meets Blasmusik, and I started. I took the plane from Berlin to Helsinki, Tampere, and played the show. Came back, and then I had to go all the way from Berlin to Portugal. And on the way, my car already broke in Italy, and I was stuck there for a week or so. And I thought, like, oh, come on, I want to go playing on the street, and now I again have to fix my car and be stuck in Italy. Although it was a really great time because I met great people there and even played a show, and was an amazing story that I never really had the time to actually tell it. And my right after my car was fixed, I finally went for my way back to Portugal. And for my bad luck, on the very first day when I wanted to go out and do my street performance, I parked my car and I just needed to go and buy new shoes before I started playing again. Come back, and yeah, my whole tour bus was empty. My guitar that I played since 10 years and wrote all my music on, and all my portable batteries, effect pedals, bags. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Like everything was lost, and it was horrible. Like I had no idea what to do, because it was during the main season, the most important time as a street musician, summer,
Yeah.
and wow, it was a mess.
So on Friday, people broke into my car and stole a lot of equipment, including my guitar, most of my live performance gear, and my last cash.
Especially if you have, because I spent so much time in research to find the right pedals, the right gear for my guitar and everything. It's so much time that I spent into getting these things, into these pedals, and some of the things are nowadays not even produced anymore. So it's not just that I knew, okay, I can't work for weeks. It's also like I lost my sound. I lost so much of my work and time that I spent. And I knew with the new instruments, I have to kind of go through the same thing again. And it was a really stressy moment for organizing everything, especially through the summer, because most of the companies have vacations and you don't reach them, or some stuff has to be ordered from China, the other thing from America, and you're just researching, trying to get every single part together. And the next thing is also in Portugal. If you order stuff, it just happens very often that your package gets lost and you have to call after it and you have to search for it. And yeah, I had to do this with 10 items for approximately 5 weeks, and it was still not there. And I was just constantly stressed
Yeah.
about getting everything in time, because I also had shows to play. And I had an emergency guitar, but this guitar just didn't do the job that I needed to, and I would really break my hands if I would play the same amount of time and everything. And yeah, so, and then I crashed my car because I had to go. I had to go up and with my emergency guitar, and most of my equipment wasn't there, and I had to play these shows, and I thought like, oh my god, what am I doing? I have to play professional shows now with equipment that I would never want to be on stage with, and my head was just too full. And yeah, I had a car crash in a traffic jam. Nobody got hurt unless me, a little bit with the wrist. And yeah, that was the moment of where I really knew, okay, I hope I have my guitar soon, and so on. And yeah, and luckily I got introduced to you guys, and you were so awesome and really offered me a artist relationships deal, or a endorsement deal, which I'm super happy about, because of course this instrument is, wow, I can't believe it. It's such a big motivation for me to get to become better, to practice, to produce more videos, and also in combination with the very successful crowdfunding that I did throughout all of this, and which really showed me that there are people out there who really care about what I do. So it was a very uplifting moment in combination with the guitar endorsement. And it was a lot of ups and downs. And after the summer, I was just completely exhausted. And it took me weeks to process everything, to how it went. Yeah, that was the story. So my old guitar was stolen, my car was crashed, and I got a new guitar.
Well, tell me about the crowdfunding campaign. So did you does that something you came up with? What platform did you use, and how did you get to the point where you got all that support?
Um, well, on the it was like that on the day when it was all stolen. I was just overwhelmed, and I knew, okay, I have no idea right now what to do. There is no chance I can. I didn't have the money to buy everything at once by myself. It was in the beginning of the season. I just
Yes.
had a few shows, and the worst moment you can imagine that this to happen. So after the very next day, I printed some flyers, writing in Portuguese. Hey guys, come on, let me buy back my guitar. You know, just the guitar. I don't care about all the other stuff, the amps and the batteries, whatever. Keep it, but let me buy back that guitar. It was a bit of a desperate move, of course. And so I went back to the place where it was all stolen. I talked to all the guys who are always there, the fishermen and the shady appearing people and so on. And I talked to them directly, saying, "Hey, what's up? Where let me talk to them, you know." And yeah, but it had no effect. I never heard. I set up an email address where they can contact me or whatever. I really tried to be cooperative, you know, and even buy back my guitar.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then I knew, like 2 days later, I knew, okay, I have to at least make this public now and tell the people what just happened. And I knew I have to be fast with everything, you know, and also making the people aware of it, of the situation. And then I decided, okay, I will create a video where I talk about the situation very clearly and ask for help, because otherwise I'm, as an artist, destroyed for months, if not a year, whatever. It was really a big thing to me. And yeah, to my surprise, it worked really well, and I received money from all over the world, and people I haven't seen in 10 or 15 years, or I I I, I got donations from people where I was so surprised, you know, that they would do it. People I know from when I was still in school, and I had no idea that they are actually following me. And it was a really uplifting experience to see who really got your back, you know. And it was
Mm-hmm.
also really important to me to not have to go to my friends and to ask everybody for money. And it worked, to my surprise, and I'm really grateful for to my fans for that, to for so much support. It was really amazing.
No shower in 3 days. My hands are like with little cuts and stuff like this. I smell. And now I'm gonna get my guitar. First moment. Wow.
So cool. So let me know, like, what has your experience been with Avenir, and how many shows were you able to do with it?
Let me see. I only did one concert so far, which was
Mm-hmm.
really successful. I had a. It was actually the my homecoming show after 5 years in my hometown where I grew up. And to my surprise, 170 people were waiting, and it was really beautiful. Yeah, it was basically sold out, and I didn't expect it, to be honest. And but yeah, it was the first show. Of course, it's a new instrument, and all my electronics, because I luckily got the same stuff again. Like the
That's
same
good.
pedals, the same processors and sound processors, and so on. And it's still, the guitar behaves different with this with the same gear. I noticed. So
Yeah.
I still need some time to really know, okay, how do I use it now with this guitar? Because you have to adapt. It's a different way. And of course, with my old guitar, I had 10 years of experience, probably 5 years of it with the same equipment. I knew it, every detail of how it behaves, And yeah, and here I'm still trying to get to this same how to say, the routine, to get the routine back, especially in the street. I notice that I need more practice to get back to the routine, to really know how it behaves. But after all, it's like 10 times better, like you had it before. It's really like this. Once I tweaked it where it should be, it's it's amazing. It's a lot of, I love it.
Good. Really glad to hear that. So what's next for you? What are some of the things you're working on?
Right now I am producing a lot of live performance videos all around Portugal, and I really want to push my social media platforms now, and I really go hard on it. And I'm confident that I will have some impact after a couple of months. So my main goal is at the moment getting my promotion done and get rich and famous. Great
Great
plan, right?
plan. Perfect. Well, that's all the questions I had for today. Did you have any questions for me?
What did I want to ask? Ah, yeah. How much will SGI dislike me if I start sandpaper my guitar? Yes.
Sandpaper. I mean, it's your guitar. You can do whatever
Okay, great.
you want to.
Because I need my scratch sounds, and I really miss them.
Mm.
And yeah, that's the only thing. So it will get some bruises probably very soon.
Totally. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me and answering my questions and telling us more about you and your story. It was so fascinating to hear the journey you went on to get to this place and with your guitar, and I think really exciting things are gonna come out of it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like this is a new, this is like how to say it. I don't want to call it weapon, but it's a very powerful tool. That's what I know, and I can do stuff easier. And I really noticed how my good old guitar, she was really played through. So it really had to be there had to be an upgrade for me also to progress as an artist, and I feel that impact, and I can't wait for my new album to listen to it by myself, even probably. Because the guitar is wonderful, and sometimes I just, when you have her in the guitar stand, and you just make a little, you touch her, and it's like, oh my god, it's like boom, it's really pops, it
Yeah.
really pops, and yeah, it keeps me motivated to practice and play even more. and just enjoy the sound of the guitar.
Perfect. Amazing. Well, thank you so much again.
Thank you too.
You're going to NAMM this year. You're going to be playing
Yes.
again, and so that's where I guess people can catch you next. Is the NAMM show?
And I think
we'll
I think I'll
post
be
about
at your booth as well, right? Yes.
Yes, you were going to be promoting the pickup this year in Hall E,
Oh, okay.
the NS3.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we need people to demo, artists to demo the pickup.
Great.
Yeah. Perfect. So I will see you in NAMM.
Sounds great.
See you in January. Okay, thanks so much, Mario.
You too. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.